Part 1. You will hear a man who runs a volunteer agency interviewing a woman called Grace who is applying to do volunteer work. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Hello, Grace. I'm William. Thanks for coming in for this interview. It's very important for us to meet our volunteers in person.
I understand. It's no problem at all.
OK, let's get started. What's the best phone number to contact you on?
My mobile phone's probably best. The number's 021 636 7189. But I can't always answer it during the day. I'll give you my email address as well. I check it frequently.
OK, I'll make a note that email's a good way to contact you. What's the address?
It's graceb@travel.co.nz. I chose it when I was younger, and I just haven't changed it since.
It's easy to remember. Now, do you have any particular qualifications, Grace?
I'm a housewife now, but I used to be in teaching. I trained for that and got my diploma, although I haven't done it for years. Before having children, I worked as a bank teller.
All right. I need to find out when you'll be available during the week. You said you have children. Are they at school?
Yes, both of them are. So I can't start work before 8:15 in the morning or work past 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you'd be looking for about 4 or 5 hours a day, say 9:15 a.m. to 2 p.m? That gives you time to get to and from school to work.
That's perfect. It's important for me to be there for my children.
Of course. And are you looking to work Monday to Friday?
Yes. If it gets to be too much, I can rethink it later.
Now, Grace, you obviously have a lot of work experience, but have you done any volunteer work before?
During the Rugby World Cup, there were many visitors who didn't know their way around or what they should see and do in Auckland City. So I worked as a guide to help introduce the city to tourists. I really enjoyed it.
OK, good. Have you done anything else? Perhaps when you were at school or university? Did you do any volunteer work there?
When I was at university, the manager of a netball team asked me to be the coach, and I did that.
Great. It sounds like you like your sports.
I used to, but not so much nowadays.
OK.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
If not sports, do you have any other interests?
Oh, yes. I love to get out in my garden, and I grow most of my own vegetables. I love flowers and flower arranging. But I don't suppose there's much volunteer work associated with those kinds of things.
You'd be surprised. Any other hobbies?
Like most people, I guess, I like music. Actually, I can play the guitar, but I haven't done much for a while, so I'm a bit rusty. One day I'd like to have a go at the flute.
OK. That gives me a good idea of the type of work you might be interested in. Ideally, it'd be something that combines your experience and your hobbies. If you're interested in something outdoors, I have a position helping out on a farm. That's just for a month. It's not too physically demanding, though it does require you to be on your feet all day. And it'd be nice as long as the weather is fine, but I imagine it could be uncomfortable in the rain or the heat. In the past, we've had many positions working in community centres. They've been working with the disabled or teens. The position we have available now is with elderly men and women. They have activities like flower arranging, music lessons, sing-alongs, things like that.
Both of those sound great. I'm really open to anything.
That's nice to know. Just a couple more questions. Why do you want to do volunteer work?
Well, now that both my children are in school, I'd like to make some friends as I've got the time on my hands. Also, I like the idea of helping others.
And last question, how did you find our agency? We aren't in the phone book. Did a friend tell you about us?
No, I was on my way to school the other day and I saw your advertisement at the supermarket.
It's good to know someone sees those ads. Thank you again for coming.
That is the end of Part 1. You now have 1 minute to check your answers to Part 1.